Hello, welcome back. In this lab, we will look at recovery service world. How can you do the backup in a different ways, like file recovery, restore data, and creating a completely new virtual machine. So let's see how can we do that. The very first thing we need is, I don't think so I have any virtual machine at the moment. So I'll create one virtual machine and let's see how can we do it. We'll need to select the resource group, name it anything, say new VM backup, just to make sure that that's what we're going to use. East US, I don't mind wherever it is. And then I select 2016 for the window. I need to select the size, give it credentials. Okay, apart from that, I don't think so I need anything else. Let's see if I can review and create this one. Okay, validation passed. Let's create the virtual machine. Let's come back when it's completed. Okay, now the virtual machine is created. Let's go to the virtual machine, the one we have. That's the virtual machine we want to do backup. To do that, firstly, let's go to the backup. So here you can see the backup. In order to do a backup, we need to create something called recovery service world. So in order to do that, either you can go to recovery, you can search in recovery service world, you can go there, and then you can create your own recovery service world, or you can just do it from the existing, go inside your virtual machine and give it something, I'll probably say create new and then probably call MYY so you know what I means. So I'll create a recovery service world. Here it is a backup policy. It talks about how do you want to keep your backup, how often do you want to do the backup. So you can see here, if you want to go more details, you can go to the create new policy. Here you can see either what is the name of your policy, do you want it daily or weekly, what time do you want to do the backup, and here's the time zone. This is the retention period. How long do you want to keep the data for? So you can see the retention period is 180 days. I'll probably just keep the default one for now. It will do the daily backup at 11:30 every day. So I'll just simply say enable backup. So it's going to take a bit of time to do that. So it's submitting the deployment. So it will take a bit of time before it's finished. So here you can see we have enabled the backup. Let's go to the to see the backup. So here you can see where is recovery service world we just created. So here you see that's the recovery service world. This is where we are. So what we have to do now is go to the backup items. Currently you can see that we did a backup item, but we haven't done any backup yet. So you can see that it's all zeroed. I mean, because the time is set as I believe is 11:30. You can do a backup manually as well. So what you have to do is go to the backup now, and then you can do the retain backup tail and just press OK. So it's going to trigger a backup for the virtual machine. This could take half an hour to 40 minutes. And then once we come back, we will then be able to see if we able to do the file recovery backup or the virtual machine backup. So let's wait till it finishes. When it finishes, it will show pass here. So we'll have to wait for some time. As you can see here, it's still in progress. You can go to normally backup jobs and then you'll be able to see it. So we trigger the backup, so it's currently in progress state. So once that finishes, we will then be able to see if we can do the file recovery or recovery from virtual machine. Sorry, that's the one. Here. we'll have to wait till it finishes actually. Okay, as you can see now that the backup has enabled and we did a manual backup. So if you go here, you can see the last backup and it can tell you the date I did. It gives you sort of time, and now you can see something here called application consistent snapshot. So here you can, if I go here, you can see a different option now, restore VM and a file recovery. So in this exercise, let's look at the file recovery first. So let's click on the, you can, before I do that, I'll actually show you my file explorer. If I go to my file explorer, you see I've only got one C drive. There's no any other hard drives there. So to do the file recovery, first I'll show you how it works. Let's click on file recovery and then click on it tells you about the select recovery point. You can select, well, we only have one backup, so probably use the one I have right now, and I just click on download executable. This will generate script and password. Your download so it will create a script for us to download to do the recovery file. So let's see how long this will take. So it took a minute or two. Now you can see we have a script file is ready to download. Let's click on download. And now run this. So here it talks about entering a password here. So this is the password to run the script. So we copy this and then just paste it in here, hit enter, it will open PowerShell. So let's see, did it go in PowerShell? Let's enter it again. So I'll then hit Y, it will connect to services. Connection is successful, that's good. Now here you can see the two hard disks and what is created by the file recovery. So this is where we can do our recovery for the one we've just created. So you can go back, where is it, sorry. See, this is how you can do the file recovery easily. You can also, after you do that, you can do you should unmount the disk. So the disk has unmounted successfully. So this is how we can do the file recovery. So this was a way to do the file recovery. Let's go and look at a recovery using the virtual machine. So how can we do that? So for that, you would have to click on the restore VM. So you need to select your restore point. That's the backup you did. So here, this is the snapshot we did. So click on this and click on OK. So now here we have different options. Either create a new virtual machine, a completely new virtual machine, or we can just say replace the existing one. And for that purpose, you would need a storage account for the staging purposes. I'll actually go to the create new one, and instead of that, I will. There are two options: either do a virtual machine or you just do a restore disks. To show you what I mean by that, let's open another tab. Let me show you the current disks. So if I go to all resources, currently, if I just go and say just disks, so if I deselect, I'll select just disks, you can see I've only got new VM backup disk, which is here. But when I will go to the backup, and what if I just want to do the restore of a disk, and then I have to select a storage account, and then let's hit on restore. So this will trigger a backup using our restore hard disk, and let's see if we get another disk here, which will be our backup one. So this one is in progress at the moment, so we'll come back once it's done. It's still in progress. Let's go and see if this has created another disk. Oh yeah, see, this says new VM backup OS disk. So this one has created another disk for the backup. So this is how we can do. We can restore it from the disk option. Let's make sure it get completed. So you can see that we have the restore disk as we did perform a restore disk operation. If we go back to our virtual machine, that's the virtual machine, and if you go back to the backup, and then we look at all the jobs, the backup we did, so you can see the restore operation has been completed. So this is how we can create the restore disk. So hopefully this was easy to understand. So yeah, and you can see when I unmounted the disk, the file was gone. So hopefully this was easy to understand, and thanks for watching. Thank you.